what's up YouTube? What I'm going to do for you guys now is I'm going to give you a quick review and how to set up on the iSTAT Spectrum, which is these lights up here. So what I'm going to do first, I'm just going to head on over and I'm going to show you how to set these guys up, and then I'll give you my review and what I think of these guys. Right, so this guys is the unit itself. This is how you will get it out of the box, obviously prior to setup. What you will get in the box is you will get the power lead, which is pretty self-explanatory. The LEDs itself, this is a 2 foot length I have here. The guys at iSTAT will do a 1 foot length, a 3 foot length, and then any custom length up to 6 foot that you require. Just give them a shout and they will let you know price on all that. And you also get the all-important button, which is actually the controller, which controls the lights, well, the light colours that the ball emits. It's a pretty simple setup, but I'll show you guys how to do anyway. What you want to do first of all is you want to get the shorter lead that comes off the button. As you can see, there's 2 leads here that come off the button, and one is shorter than the other. You want to get that, and you want to plug the lead off the LEDs in. Just like this. Just bear with me guys, I'm doing this with one hand. Just like that. Now that's all sorted. And then you want to get the mains adapter, and you want to plug that into the mains plug. Just like this. Just bear with me. Just like that. And there we go, we have the full complete circuit. Before I switch it on, I'll just tell you a bit about the guys. The actual unit itself is actually really quality made. It's made at quite a high standard. The LEDs are aluminium. Fantastic design as well. I think it suits it really well. It looks sleek, modern, and they've actually kept all that in mind when they've made the product. They haven't just made a product and it's come out how it has. They've actually thought about the design as well as the functionality of it. It does have rubber caps on the end, which puts your mind at ease when you're spraying your reptile. You're not going to short out your house when you if you hit these. They do have a film, or not a film, sorry, they do have a plastic covering over the LEDs itself, so there is no way whatsoever that any water's getting to these LEDs. The button as well, it's to be honest, it's really good quality. I mean, it's got the iSTAT green on. It looks really good. It's simple. Again, it's very they've had design in mind when making this as well as functionality. It's simple, but it's to the point. It's a button. It doesn't have to have bells and whistles on. But it's really sleekly designed. It feels good in the hand. It looks good. And then the mains plug is essentially a mains plug. That does what it needs to do. So what I'm going to do now for you guys is I'm going to go on up and I'm going to plug these in. I'll show you guys how these work before I actually put them on the Viv. So without dropping everything here, what you want to do is you want to find obviously a empty plug. I have one here. And what you'll find is a second, maybe less, after you plug them in, the lights will actually come on. As you can see here, they've come on green, which was the last colour that I had these on. To be honest, the camera does not do justice. They look a lot better than this. I mean, they look amazing on the camera, but they look fantastic in real life, guys. But yeah, as you can see, that's the green. What you want to do when you first use these guys, though, is the button. You want to press and hold this in for 15 seconds. And that's just so the processor and the chips inside the button actually become aware that there's a button attached to them. Press them in for 15 seconds, and then what will happen is when you press them, subsequently, as you can see now, it will change colour. Now the colours that you get, well, I say the colours you get, the colours that this LED strip can change to are the white, which I use through the day. There then is the red, which I use at night time for the reptile, well, the nocturnal guys. And then there is a green, which I think works really well with the foliage in these Vivs. It really brings the green out, especially on the day gecko up here. It brings the green out really well. So there's a green, and then finally there was a blue, which I know quite a lot of snake users, snake keepers and Leo keepers will use the blue for nighttime. As you can see, fantastic device. It's solid, to be honest, and it's the light that comes from it is quite emitting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop these guys on top of the Viv here. and then I'm going to turn the lights off in the room, and I'm going to show you guys how well these actually work. So here we are, back to them being set up. I've turned off all the lights in the room. There's obviously still the Christmas tree lights on there in the background, and the Bosk's Viv is still on. But for the purpose of this video, as you can see the lights here. Now this is the lights on white, which is how I have them on through the day. But I obviously have my heat lamp, my spot lamp on there as well. And then the red, which is how I have these on at night, which obviously floods the Viv with red. And actually I've noticed the Cressy's pupils don't actually dilate under this red, which means as far as I'm aware that they actually can't see this red colour. So it means that I can see them without them actually being affected by the light and being disturbed. Then there is the green, which as you'll see will bring out the foliage really well. There we go. Which is also looks fantastic and fabulous. Obviously I'm using these on an 45-45-60 Exoterra. But obviously these can be used in vivs, they can be used in rubs behind. If you put them next to a rub, they will actually light up quite well. I'll show you guys how that works in just a second. But yeah, there's the green, which looks fantastic as well, and then the blue, which looks really good as well. And I can see how these would look good in a stack of vivs. They would just look so uniform and quite professional. But yeah, the unit itself can run 24 hours a day. I've had mine on. I have it on in white through the day and red at night. All day, every day. No problems whatsoever. The button works all the time, every time. It's just down here. The LEDs themselves, they're on when I want them to be on. The change, well, you've seen the change speed. I'll just show you again. I mean, it doesn't just click from one colour to another. If I angle this up like this, you'll actually see that it actually fades out and back in, which I think's a really good feature to have there. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set these up on what I wouldn't call it a rub, but on the box that I keep my boa in, and I'll show you guys how I would use them on there. Right, so this is actually flared up quite. There we go. This is them on the box that I keep my boa in at the minute. They are just stretched across from around the corner where they were plugged in before, so it's not set neatly, but they fit quite well on top, and as you can see, it lights it up really well. And then obviously from the white we go to the red, which the camera adjusts. As you can see, is lights it up quite nicely. And then from the red we have the green, which again would light it up quite nicely as well. It's just a shame my camera's flaring out a bit. Oh, there we go. And then the blue. Right, there we go. And that's just with a line on top. It's not built in anywhere specific or anything like that. If you have rows of rubs, you can actually use the light as down the middle of two rubs like this, which actually lights up the Viv next to it as well. Yeah, that's just me holding the actual light itself just next to it. But if you can imagine this on a shelf or a rack, with this in between your rubs, they're going to light up the rubs, and it's going to give the animals a good photo cycle, as well as make them viewable for yourself through the night and day. So yeah, all in all, as you can see, this is the light just above my camera, and you can see it lights up really well. And this is pitch black in here now, guys, bar obviously the Christmas tree. You can see how well that's actually lighting it up. So yeah, all in all, to be honest, I'll give these 5 stars. I mean, the build quality is fantastic, the design is fantastic, the actual functionality of the unit as well is fantastic. And it doesn't only have one colour like some LEDs do. They have white, red, green and blue, which probably where they get the name Spectrum from. So yeah, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link in the description of where you can get these from, guys. Head on over there, ask any questions you have for the iSTAT team. They will be more than happy to help. And yeah, until next time, guys, thanks for watching.